So this is from the wind-up. It's something you don't really get to do with novels, is go to a reading and blow the ending. But with this book, it's okay. So this is from an essay at the end called What Remains of My Plan. There's something embarrassing about knowing what you know after a while. On certain days, it can all seem to plunge into either the category of that which never needed explaining in the first place, or that which you're astounded to realize you've never even begun making clear. Heads nodding in agreement are usually also falling asleep. But just when you think you're the last one awake in the room, admonishing the snoring, your head jerks upward on your stiffening neck, and you see the crowd has tiptoed out, not wishing to disturb. The lecture was your dream of lecturing. In it, you tested precepts unimportant to anyone but yourself. On those days, it is a relief the room is vacant. Writing is a lonely business. It is both a dull myth and a material fact of the profession, one I happen to be temperamentally suited to endure, but which doesn't gratify my sense of what it's for. I began writing in order to arrive into the company of those whose company meant more to me than any other, the world of the books I'd found on shelves, and the people who'd written them, and the readers who cared as much as I did, if those existed. Humans are social animals, but I'd been socialized to ghosts, arrangements of sentences on pages, and needed urgently to be audible to them. People could come afterward. My friend Maureen, a professor of philosophy, once told me of the moment she recognized her vocation. It was when she heard philosophical work analogized as the task of creating an area of descriptive illumination against the backdrop of a sea of infinite dark. To work to clarify even a tiny area of night, to infill it with philosophical light, was all one could hope for, a life's honorable work. Yet the emphasis she'd heard, the emphasis that moved her to commitment, wasn't that of acknowledging the brave, lonely smallness of a single philosophical enterprise. It was that the context for the effort's meaning was the proximity, however faint or distant, of other small zones of illumination. The work that had gone before and would come after. The work going on adjacent and simultaneously all around. Here and there, on a book tour stop in a medium-sized city, the secret readers of the world are made visible. Not the aspiring writers or even the Amazon reviewers jockeying in that tiny social arena, but the naked minds complicating themselves by extended submission to a machine of words that some other human, possibly you, threw together. How marvelous that anyone should want to do such a thing and then announce themselves in public. It really is strange for all concerned, most of all for the writers, who, if they are honest, have, usually, nothing to add to, but every probability of accidentally subtracting from whatever it was they managed to put across. Yet in my gratitude, I go around accepting your gratitude. And then, when I'm asked questions, I open my mouth, and words fly out every time. The truth is, nothing about what I do qualifies me to weigh in on this or that, and it is probably only dangerous that my practiced employment of the tool of language makes my personal opinions decant from my brain so readily, for they are only a person's opinions. When I make a remark about politics, my qualification is that I'm a citizen like you, not that I'm a novelist. When I make a remark about culture, about a song or a film or a book, my qualification is that I'm a fan. I knew a crack addict once who explained to me that before he smoked crack or took any drug, he drank beer. No matter how glamorously vile, illegal, and destructive others might consider crack to be, he personally saw beer as his baseline situation. Well, before I wrote, and in between each of the times that I wrote, I was a reader. And surely after I have quit or been rendered incapable of writing, I'll be a reader still. That's my beer. What's a novelist? I remove myself from human traffic to sit in a room alone and make up stories about human traffic that doesn't exist. For my living, I climb into and then punch my way out of the paper bag of my solipsism on a daily basis. And on the days I don't manage to punch my way out, there is no coach who blows a whistle and tells me to remove myself from the field. Among other things, this is nice work if you can get it. The loneliness is overrated, especially if a bookshelf is near, and mine is. When I was 15, I, for the first time, handed over a book to its author for an autograph. It was Anthony Burgess. I still drag my books out and have them autographed by the people who wrote them, not only in order to someday put my grandchildren through rocket pilot school, but because the sorcery of the connection between those lumpy and endearing human animals and the flights of language and invention that sometimes fly out of their fingers still astounds me. And because having had my own books pressed into my hands for a signature has never stopped seeming like the only certain thing I have to offer the people who troubled to exit their homes to view me. Yes, I am the person who made that weird thought go into your heads. Yes, I'm as flabbergasted as you are. Really. Thank you. I think I'll stop there. I could, yeah, thank you.